You are bigger than your brain. You are greater than your brain, than your thoughts. You are greater than science, than any fact. You are greater than what you are experiencing in your life right now. This scares many people to hear because the fact is, do you see? The fact is, that is what you want. You want to hear facts, science, proof, and then you'll believe it. Show me, and then I'll believe it, and then I'll buy it. So I can sit here and give you descriptions of science and facts and charts and studies. I know as a former psychotherapist, I did this quite a bit. I help people change their mindset, change the way they think, change the way they feel, change their story. And the funny thing is that I learned to help others to see things differently, not just to feel good in the moment, but then I realized myself as I changed, they changed too. What changed? The awareness of my existence, the awareness of being, that it is greater and beyond this physical body, greater than your mind, your IQ, your intelligence, your brain, anything that you can learn. We are greater than all of it. But that is something that we're not taught because we are only to learn it through experience, through within. And that is what I want to share with you a little further. And at the end, I have a special announcement. So stick with me. Welcome, my name is Rose. Welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you live a life that you love. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you know what to do. Go to RoseyLife.com, or you can join the Rosey Life in community. That is really growing so much, and I'm so happy and amazed and just grateful for all those that are already in the community with me every week, Wednesdays live. And if you're interested, there's like over 50 hour-long videos of Q&As that are being answered in there. Okay, so let's get started. So I wanted to talk about a program, right? But I really have been inspired to address this topic of facts and what is. And I've watched for many years because, as I said, as a former psychotherapist, I've learned, I've studied for years, for like 20 years. I studied so much psychology and so much focus on the brain and what we think and what we feel and the nervous system and how these things connect, and helping people to feel better or to have functioning lives and to cope with something, and hopefully they can have a little bit more. Well, that never satisfied me. That was just never enough to help someone just think better, feel better, so that they can do better. There was more. There's greatness in all of you. I knew there was greatness in me, and I know there's greatness in us all, but I couldn't figure it out. So like I said at the intro of the video, it is nothing that we learn. It is everything that we experience from within. So what I teach and talk about and share and study, like many of you already do as well with me, is the knowledge or metaphysics, the study of metaphysics, which goes beyond your brain. It goes beyond science. It goes beyond it all. It transcends it all, because who you really are is greater. So to try to figure out your brain, for example, why are you not motivated to get up and off the couch? Why can't you motivate yourself to go get a different job or start a business or go to the gym? Why can't you motivate yourself? What happens is a lot of thought leaders teach you it is because of your brain, because your brain is programmed to survive and it doesn't want to do anything different or new. Everything turns to the brain, and try to change your brain and your thoughts in your brain. Do you see the focus? It's a good step, but it's still limiting you because you are not the brain. You are above it. And I love the conversations that I hear. It's a fact of life. Right? I heard this recently on some other thought teachers, we'll call them, right? And they're pretty big, okay? And they have wonderful motivational, feel-good stuff to say. And that actually works. And it still keeps you in the realm of limitation, because anything that is within the body, thoughts and feelings, is still keeping you limited. It's a fact of life. I heard this quote. In a 60-second short, I heard these terms. It's a fact of life. It's science. It's your brain. It is. It's. And it was like, this was the focus, saying that's just how it is. You don't have a choice. You have to accept it. So now they're teaching you have to learn to work within this fact of life, this fact of your brain. This is where you're limited. You don't have a choice. You have to stay within these parameters, and this is your boundary. So now you got to learn to work with it. You got to learn to fix it. You got to learn to reprogram your brain. You got to do these things. And the intention of the Rosey Life is to go beyond this. If this is all I wanted to teach, I would have stayed being a psychotherapist. But this was just not sufficient. I knew that I was greater, and I know that all of you are greater. And staying in this realm is a limitation of itself. Let's look at the definitions of Webster Dictionary, Oxford Dictionary. I just wanted to look up a bunch of them, and I cross-reference several different dictionaries. A fact. It's a fact of life. Look at that bold statement saying you're stuck. You got to deal with it. A fact is a thing that is known to be true, especially when it can be proved. Do you get that? A thing that is known to be true. How do we know something? Known is knowledge. You learn it. It's a thing that is known to be true, especially when it can be proved. Oh, so you know something by learning it, and then you turn around and prove it, and now you call that a fact. That sounds like a really loose term, a fact. And we use that word as like fact, it's unchangeable, when the very definition of fact is knowledge, learning it, and then you turn around and prove it. Why? That wraps up into law of assumption. If I can learn something and turn around and prove it, then that assumption is my truth now. It becomes my fact. Science. Another one. It's science. It's science-based. It's science. This is how a lot of things are sold. It's science. It's scientific. Well, let's look at science. Knowledge. A definition of science. Knowledge about the structure and behavior of the natural and physical world based on facts that you can prove. Again, more knowledge that we learn, and facts, which we already know, facts are knowledge that we turn around and prove to be right, and then we call them a fact. Do you see? So science is, again, it's basing knowledge based on factual, that you can prove it, that you have to prove it, and then it becomes science, or it becomes a fact. And is, because that's the other one. It is. I kept hearing it is. Well, what is? What is the definition of is? And I'm like, I got really curious. I'm like, I want to know what all of this stuff really is. A form of the present tense, be. Is be. It's a form of the present tense, be. In other words, it to be. So you're saying you're being something. You're declaring that you're being this fact, and you're being this knowledge that you proved in we call science. Now, I don't have anything against the science community, because I think it's really cool. There's a lot of scientists that are out there, especially Einstein. He started off with relativity, right? He proved that when we transcend space and time in a fourth dimension, that we transcend it, and that we can manipulate it, and that it's actually time and space is not even, it's real, but it's relative to the one who is aware of those things. And I'm not going to get into the talk of relativity in this. You can read that on your own, right? But science is really cool because it even backs up metaphysics. So what is it that the Rosey Life teaches. And what is it that law of assumption is? Because a lot of you are doubting that you can have something, that you can have the money, the health, the body, the whatever it is that you want. And you think that it's a fact that you have to go to work. It's a fact. It's been proven that you have to work hard and then you get to what you want. It's a fact that if you are unmotivated, that you have to push yourself to do something that you don't want to. It's a fact that you have to rewire your brain. It's a fact. Do you see how these terms are used? What I invite you to do is the next time you hear these kind of words being thrown out, question them. Question it all. Question every single fact you hear, because I want to show you that everything is not a fact. Nothing is a fact unless you say so, because that is what the law of assumption is. Metaphysics. This is what law of assumption, law of attraction, all of the metaphysical teachers that are teaching, including myself. It's the philosophy that deals with the nature of existence and truth and knowledge, what is beyond physics, the origin of reality itself, the immortal soul, the existence of a supreme being. Interesting, because the study of metaphysics is the study that goes beyond science, goes beyond the natural and physical worlds. It goes beyond the knowledge and proving a thing to be true, right? It goes beyond facts, goes beyond science. It goes beyond your brain. It goes beyond your body. It goes beyond it's a fact. It goes beyond life. It goes beyond it. What is it? It goes beyond physics, the origin of reality itself, the immortal soul. So it's not the life. It goes in studying the immortal soul and the existence of supreme being. In other words, the origin, the cause, the origin and cause of all of this. That's who you really are. You go beyond facts. You go beyond the brain. You go beyond science. You are bigger than all of this. Now, if you like studying mindset coaching and shifting your thoughts and those kind of thing, and you're just like, yeah, okay, I'm going to just study this, you can, and it's fun. It's cool, and a lot of it makes you feel good and it's motivated and you get stuff done, and that's cool, okay? But I want to let you know that you are bigger than your brain. You are not just limited to that. So is, as we already discovered, is be. It's a present, it's a form of tense of be, to be something. So who are you being? That's Neville Goddard in a lot of other spiritual teachers. Who are you being? Buddhism, Taoism, all the spiritual teachers, the biblical scriptures, all of it. Who are you being? Or I am. I am who I say I am. I am whatever I declare or assume that I am. I am that assumption. I am who I am being. And there are no facts of life. Because you are life, choosing what you want to be a fact for yourself. Remember, you are the life. I am the truth. I am the life. I am the Alpha and the Omega. In other words, it's Revelations 1:8. I am the beginning and the end. You are before all of these things. You are before the body. You are before the brain. You are before life. There are no facts of life. There are no facts of life. You are life itself, choosing what you want to be a fact for you in your life. There are no common facts unless you agree with those common facts, then that is a common fact for you. And I really want to introduce this a little bit more today because, again, I hear these words used a lot about it's a fact, it's a fact, it's a fact, it's science, it's your brain, it's just how it is. You're stuck with it. You're not stuck with anything. You are life itself, and you are deciding what you would like to experience as a fact for yourself right now in this moment. All right, so Now, the announcement that I had today, and I kind of like leaked it in Instagram yesterday, and I already announced it in the Rosey Life course and community this morning. I want to tell you this. I want to preface this, first of all, that I haven't done a program for probably a year and a half now. The last program that I offered was a Confident Coach program where I offered an entire curriculum for a group of people that wanted to get into coaching. And I created that curriculum and I ran it last year and a half ago, and maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago almost now. And what I did is I taught different methods that I personally used both as a psychotherapist and as a coach now, and when I work with my clients. Now, one of the things that a lot of people have been asking me is if I will offer a coaching program again. And while I'm not going to be offering a coaching program of its own, I do have the curriculum. And so what I wanted to do was offer something new that I've never done before. I've traditionally done 90-day programs, but many people that took them had so much success, but felt like it ended too quickly. So this is what I consider my platinum, my premium coaching package offering that I've never done before. It's the longest thing that I've ever done, but I really wanted it to be different, and I wanted to give like a holistic, like you get all kinds of stuff in there, not just one-on-one, or not just throw you in a group with a bunch of people. I wanted you to have the experience of many different facets in working together. So what I created was a 6 months, and what we're going to be doing is it's a one-on-one coaching with me weekly. The 4th week of every month, however, is going to be a book club, and I have a couple of books that I'm going to be including in this part of this 6-month package, and that we're going to be reading together. And once a month, because there's a limited to 15 participants, we're all going to begin November 15th is the starting date. I'm going to send up the signups now, starting today, but it starts November 15th and will run through the end of May. And so what we'll do is you'll have one-on-ones every week with me. But the 4th week of the month, we meet together on a Zoom call, all participants, to talk about the book and the reading assigned that we all have, to talk about it together, to really go beyond this science, logical thinking, right? Really dive into who you really are and go beyond that. And also you will automatically be invited to the Rosey Life course and community. And if you are already a community member, the amount that you already paid for the community will be deducted for you. All right. There will be unlimited communication directly with me via email. So you'll have access to talk and ask questions for 6 months, unlimited, through email with me. And at the end, this is the exciting part too, is there's going to be an all-day in-person retreat here in Chicago, Illinois, with me and the other participants. We'll have an entire day together. I will be doing a lecture that day, and we'll share meals together, and it'll be an incredible time that we're going to have together. And I really look forward to this, and also want to be a coach. I wrote to remind myself, because some of you have asked me about the coaching program, that one-on-one time that you have with me weekly, if you're interested in doing the coaching and learning how to be a coach and setting up your coaching business, I'm offering you to use your one-on-one time, and I will share the curriculum from my coaching program with you during these sessions and help you set up your own coaching business. And the book club, all of this is just perfectly aligns with you and your coaching business and your desire to do it, because you'll learn so much from being in the community, from being with the other participants. But again, that's optional, because the focus is really about the one-on-one leveling you up. And it's not just, if you're just looking for someone to manifest something with and you're just like, I'm good, that's all I want, this probably is not for you, because it is an investment of your time and your finances. And I understand this goes beyond. This is like, I want to spend a half a year with Rose and other like-minded people, really understanding and diving deeper into my awareness of being. I want to go beyond watching YouTube videos and reading books by myself. I would love the guidance. I would love the mentorship. I would love to be with others and dive deeper into who I am, and being able to have someone in my life for 6 months to really change this. And do you need this, you guys? No, you do not. Am I saying you have to have this or you can't get what you want or you can't change your life? No, I am not. This is just for those who are interested in something like this to be a part of their life. I will continue to do one-on-one sessions, those are open, and I will continue to make free content for those of you who say, well, this is not, I can't do the financial investment right now. That's totally fine. There will always be free content here for all of you. And there's the Rosey Life course and community, and I am open to coaching sessions with you for those when you feel like you would like them. And those are available to you. I am so excited, though, to do this for the first time ever. I've never done a program this long before, and it might be the last, because if you know me, you've been around for a while, I'll open up a program and I don't open it back up. So we'll see how this one goes, and it might be something bigger. Who knows? Because I am so open. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life. I appreciate you guys so, so much, and I love you. And you are all so freaking amazing. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.